Because I'm seeing a familiar name, Sherit. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we're going to jump into today's session. My name is Dr. Finn, the Timmy, and I will be leading today's webinar on harnessing AI for career transition. So if you're here, it's likely that you probably are stuck in a job that you probably have to do because you got to pay your bills, or you're thinking of other avenues for you to be able to grow your career. And you're thinking of, okay, what do I need to do? If you're living abroad, how do I earn six figures or earn these big tech salaries that a lot of people are talking about? Why for some others, you're in Africa, Angola, Nigeria, Benin Republic, South Africa, and you're looking to, hey, you want to work remotely or break into tech and find areas where people are willing to pay you to work in the tech space. So you want a fast, stress-free way to make this switch as something that fits your schedule and actually feels enjoyable so that you can take out that anxiety, that not being sure where to go through or not being sure about the best process to go about this. And that's why you're here. And thanks for taking some time to come hear me yap about my favorite topic, which is tech. So, what are we going to learn today? So, I recommend you stay all through to the end because there are a few things that you're going to leave here. The first thing is we're going to look at how AI is helping people land remote tech jobs today. And these aren't tech jobs that require you to write any line of code, which means that you do not need to be a software developer. You do not need to learn programming to be able to unlock these opportunities. Also, we're going to talk about some of the top remote tech roles that we've seen and how people are qualifying for them and opportunities and processes that you could utilize for you to be able to accomplish this. And we're going to talk about one of the biggest problems everybody asks me every time I have any session or anytime I talk with people is how to turn the gaps. I'm a nurse. I worked in customer service. I worked in healthcare. I work in the bank. And these are unrelated experience. So I took time off to have a baby and all of that. I took time off to study. So how do I explain this gap or this unrelated experience and turn them into strengths? And then we're going to talk about the exact framework you use about building a resume, building your portfolio, and even interview strategies that will get you good results in terms of terms of getting the next opportunity that you want in tech. And also these opportunities that our students, our alumni have used to be able to get jobs of their dream. I'm also going to talk about how AI tools is making job search faster, even smarter, more global, that you do not need to be in Spain to get a job in Spain. You don't need to be in Lagos to actually work with somebody in Lagos. You don't need to be in Cameroon, in South Africa, in the US, in Canada, in UK. Tech is now making it globally acceptable for you to live in a different country and work somewhere else. So these are the things you're going to learn. So stick with me through this so that we actually go through this fun stuff and so that at the end of it, at least you leave here with key valuable things that you can action today in your job career. So a lot of people have some dream job or some areas in tech or even career paths that they've really loved and they want to do. But there's this self-doubt of, am I good enough? What if I don't fit in? Will people figure out that I haven't spent 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years within the tech space? What if I fail? What if I look for a job or I get a job and I get fired? Tech seems really complicated. A lot of people I hear talking about tech are saying that you need to code. And then how do I not even study a new career? I have kids, I have family, I have other responsibilities. How do I balance work, balance family, and even balance learning? It seems really like a lot of work. Even when you went to high school or secondary school, for those that are African, you went to the university and you didn't have major responsibilities. It was still a lot of work for you to do. Now think about every extra responsibility as an adult that you need to deal with in addition to this. And all of this, I've seen create a lot of self-doubt in people saying, is this even possible? Is it not too late? Where do I start from? Should I just give up on this dream? Are people pretending to say they are working in tech while they aren't? So, and these are some of the struggle and the self-doubt that people are getting today that is limiting them from being able to make that decision. So, who is Dr. Finn? My name is Finn the Timmy, but most people call me Dr. Finn. And why do I feel like I'm qualified to come have this type of conversation? I should be the one passing across this message. Because I've been in tech for over 15 years now. My entire career has been completely within the tech space. Worked in literally every part, from the software development to data part to product to project to program to managers to director to become a vice president before founding my own company. And I actually hold a PhD in AI and machine learning in 2019 when it wasn't really fun or nobody knew about AI. Then we used to call it pattern recognition, which is identifying patterns in information so that we can make decisions or give it to a machine, which is now machine learning, to make decisions. So I've done the complete theoretical aspect and also the academic aspect of tech, which is I have a degree in IT, I have a master's in IT management, managing enterprise projects, and even focused on AI before it became popular when you still needed to write codes and there was no chat prompt to use. And I've been able to work with a lot of companies in different leadership roles to help them generate millions of dollars in revenue from different software products. And not just build the products, but build teams from scratch. Hire the entire team, structure them, train them, mentor them, and also consult with a lot of communities to help them provide that type of service. Also, I've also taught in universities from Europe and North America, teaching different courses within the tech space. If you can think about it, I've probably taught it from Java to HTML to programming to testing to different types of areas in tech that I can't even remember right now. Probably taught in my career over 40 different courses within the IT space and taught people from over 50 plus countries, sounding exactly like I sound right now. Never had to change my accent. It's been my original accent for over 20 plus years. Teaching people from Afghanistan to Nigeria to Spain to Togo to Turkey to China to India about students from different parts, which means that there are opportunities and people are taking advantage of this, and I've been able to mentor and train over 2,500 people within the university space as a lecturer and also outside mentoring and helping them get into and identify areas in tech. One of the key things I'm passionate about is helping people, minorities, Africans, Black people, and other minorities in Africa, in Asia, Europe, and all around the world that are interested in transitioning into tech and getting opportunities to get into rooms that were not natural or originally created or made easy for us to get into. And that's why I'm here, to help you identify opportunities that would help you be able to go over the finish line and build a career in tech. So here's a quick note before we begin. Yes, there are remote job opportunities. And yes, there are a lot of tech opportunities everywhere right now. Every country, and we'll talk about a lot of stats that would wow your mind. But not everyone is ready to take advantage of them because not everybody is willing to put in the work that is needed. And if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, tech isn't for you because you would need to add value. You will need to find something that someone wants done faster, better, easier, or replace and be able to solve that problem for them. So if you're looking for something that will help you make easy money in the next 30 days, this isn't for you because tech is about acquiring skill set that people want to exchange money for. So if you're ready to be able to build real skill set and be able to acquire skill set that will live with you and become things that will generate revenue for you, then this webinar is for you. So what's my mission and why did I start doing it? I started going into rooms and realizing that I was among the very few people that look like me. And some of the reasons why those doors were open for me was because of my extensive qualification in the academic space and especially certifications, and also spending a lot of time within the tech space growing through the ranks. But it became lonely and lonely and lonely because you have the context switch and all of that. So one of the things, and I've gone to multiple seminars, got to multiple workshops and spoke at multiple conferences and realized that there was a gap, which is every other group, Caucasians and all of that, are speaking to their people and educating them on the opportunities. But for us, a lot of us had that stage fright or not sure if people would even listen to us. So sometimes we didn't see the need to go speak about it, which made it look like there were not opportunities of people or minorities or Blacks and Africans and immigrants that could transition tech. But rather the issue was you could not grow into opportunities because you've not seen people that look like you occupying those positions and actually growing into it. So when I had the opportunity to start sitting in those boardrooms, speaking in those opportunity conferences and talking to leaders around the world and leaders that look like us, realized that there was no any difference between them and the other person that isn't in tech or trying to get into. What they had was a network. What they had was a framework. What they had was opportunities that helped them transition, which led to the mission that let's help 1 million Black people, 1 million immigrants go into jobs that they are not exchanging their time for money, but they're rather exchanging value for money. And that's how we came up with a mission in F&F Consultancy to help 1 million Black people. We're probably going to up it when we get closer to this goal, but right now, we want to help 1 million Black people get into tech, and they do not need to write codes because there are a lot of opportunities that do not require that. And this has led me to have a lot of conversations on TV stations like TVC, Channels TV, all right? Been featured in a bunch of magazines, both print and online, from The Guardian to Vanguard to TechNest, Premium Times. I've spoken in a lot of different radio, TV, print media, and interviews to talk and to educate people on the opportunities and the processes to get into tech. I've also had a lot of TV coverage from newspapers to events to conferences to go speak to TV appearances to champion the opportunities that are within the tech space, because the easiest way to get people to see themselves in an opportunity is to actually see somebody that has done it. And I have been lucky to have those opportunities. That's why I'm letting people know that it is possible. There are a lot of Black people that are driving innovations in tech around the world, from Canada, US, UK, even in Nigeria, Ghana, Togo, Cameroon, South Africa, Angola, Kenya. They're doing a lot of great things. And have had the opportunity to have conversation with a lot of top people within this space and see that it's going to grow. And if we're not prepared ourselves for these opportunities to come, others will take advantage of it. So who is this training for? People who want to switch careers and don't want to waste their time or even their money on a wrong path that hasn't been tested. Also, people that are immigrants that have relocated out of their country of birth, and they want to be able to earn and be able to build a career that is sustainable. People that don't even have a tech background at all, but you're already using tech every day because you use WhatsApp, you join this call on Zoom, you use Netflix, YouTube, all of that. All these are technology all around you. So why people say, oh, I do not have a tech background, but you actually use technology, and technology has become an innate part of our day to day. Or people that are stuck in low paying jobs and they're looking for opportunities to increase their income without increasing their hours or overtime that they need to do. For others, they want to just balance time. Let's say you drive a truck or you drive Uber, which is nothing wrong with that, or tech support customer service, and you're having to work at night or work long hours, and you want to be able to balance work, family, and life, and you need a flexible path. There's one thing tech can help you do. Or you just want to grow your income, and there's nothing wrong with wanting more money. It's okay to want more money. And tech has roles and opportunities that you could grow into and increase your income without necessarily increasing your hours. Or you just want to build your confidence to be sure that what you're doing or what you potentially want to do within the tech space, you're sure that someone has verified and you've gotten the right mentorship. And also you want to unlock global job skills that are competitive with any country or any top company or Fortune 500 company in the world. So now, why is it important that we have this webinar right now? Because right now we're at a precipice where over 20% of the global workforce can remotely work 3 to 5 days in a week without affecting productivity, which means that you could be in Kenya, you could be in Tanzania, you could be in the UK, you could be in Canada, US, and you could work remotely for companies within the country or within your continent or even in another continent. I know people that based in Canada worked with companies in Paris. I know people based in Canada work in companies in Scotland. I know people based in the US that work in company in the UK. I know people based in the UK that work in companies in US, Canada, and different other countries. I know people out of Africa that work in international companies around the world. Because now, even though we try not to talk about it, post-COVID made companies reassess how they actually measure productivity. They don't measure productivity anymore on the time you spend in the office, but the amount of value you are able to give to the companies. And now, over 170 million new jobs are projected to be created in what we call the global macro trend in this decade. What do we mean by the global macro trend? Right now, a lot of people are working on it. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A session in the chat. As I go through at the end, I would answer all the questions. Feel free to drop them in the webinar chat or the Q&A chat. I will jump to them. So what do we mean by this global macro trend? We have what we call a digital economy, which is people who earn money by working online, or businesses who run services or deliver products online. And this has led to a growth of job opportunity. Now we're having social media managers being a career path. We're having influencers being a career path. We're having a lot of fintech platforms, different platforms, social media platforms where people are actually not physically going to the bank anymore. They are doing transactions, music, videos, YouTube, Netflix. All of these now are creating new job opportunities. Even the real estate space, now they're creating content, they're generating content, they are posting there. And I was listening to a top real estate salesman that generates millions of dollars. And he said one of the most expensive penthouse that he sold in the US actually came from TikTok. He wasn't posting content there, but his team had a bit more Gen Z people, and they wanted to share the contents that I was posting. And he posted the same content. And the son of one of the richest guys in that city watched the video and shared it with the dad. And from there, he was able to close the deal. So now we're seeing people generating money online by delivering value. A lot of companies want people to do things for them, and they do not care where you're based. What they care about is the value you can give to them. We have salespeople, customer service people, tech support people, project managers, operations managers, working remotely, business analysts, scrum master, data analysts, working remotely everywhere, helping to build products, services, and businesses to be able to generate revenue online for a lot of companies. And right now, 3 out of 4 Africans or even Asians own a smartphone. So you're already in tech. So why don't you figure out a way to be able to expand your knowledge so that you can be able to generate revenue, or even a side gig or a side hustle, and gradually grow that. And if you want to make it a career path, you can, or even freelancing opportunities are now out there. And one key thing that a lot of countries are looking at is towards Africa and even Asia. And specifically for Africa, Africa has the youngest workforce right now with an average age of about 21 years old, which means that we already have the momentum to be able to build the skills that are needed and compete globally. So if you do not upskill yourself in Nigeria, in Kenya, in India, in China, people will take your opportunity. You might have heard that AI and all of that will take you. No, it's not AI that's taking you. It's the people that have upskilled themselves to be able to drive these technologies like AI and automations that will take your job. So why do we do this? It's because we've been able to not just support people, but be able to see people actually change their life. We have alumni that have bought cars of their. We have alumni that have finished our trainees, got job opportunity, have been able to buy properties, the house. We have alumni that have been able to get time for their families. Some of them that were always on the road now, they're now working remotely or working in a hybrid way where they're able to spend more time, be able to spend time with their kids, go for their soccer practices, be able to go on vacation and be able to save up and not necessarily be scared of losing their job and going into bankruptcy. This is some of the alumni that we have that even up to this week, some still getting offers, and we're supporting them in processing on how to negotiate, even for the job offers, and even negotiate the extent where they're able to get more offers in terms of income. And there are a lot of things that we try to cover during our different programs, depending on the ones that work for you and the areas you're interested in. So there are 3 kinds of people that come to every session. Some people come listen and do nothing about it, which is normal. While some people would actually listen, take action, and achieve their goals on their own. Some people have that discipline, and that's fine. They are able to hold themselves accountable, go through, use YouTube, Udemy, Coursera, go through things, self-teach themselves and get an opportunity and grow. While some people want to get it faster, or they want to go through that process. So, but they want to go through it faster with a coach and a community that will support them to be able to do that effectively and be able to shorten the time of learning and actually help them avoid the pitfalls that they might have fallen into, or other alumni or other people that they've coached are falling into, so that you'll be able to save them time. So one thing I ask you to ask is, where do you want to fall in? Do you want to just listen, which is fine? Can you do it for yourself? Do you have the discipline? Or you need that coaching and that structured processes to hold you accountable? So I recommend you stay to the end of this session, because I'll share the exact strategy and method that have helped a lot of the alumni that you've seen that be able to build a career of their dream, generate revenues that are mind-boggling for them to be able to change their life and that of their family members. And I'll make an exclusive offer to work with me and my team to help you do the same. And at the end, I'll also open it up and answer every question that everyone has today, and also provide some additional special bonuses and a bunch of freebies for just joining. So whether you train with us or not, doesn't matter, you leave here with a bunch of actionable materials and free trainings that would help you be able to figure it out on your own. So now let's jump into some of the strategies that's been really resourceful and helped a lot of our alumni and people that are trained. The first thing is, you want to get into tech, but you do not know yourself or your goal. You gotta have to set some goal. I want to get into tech. Why do you want to get into tech? Is it to make more money? Is it for freedom? Is it to be able to build a career path? Is there an area in tech that you love? You first need to understand yourself, which we call the concept of self-assessment. What skill set do I have? What jobs have you held previously? What opportunities have you actually had previously? And it doesn't matter the type of job. What's academic qualifications? It doesn't matter whether it's just high school, university. What academic qualifications do you have in general? So that you'll be able to first get clarity on who you are. These are the things I'm good at. I like to work with people, or I don't like to work with people, and that's okay. I prefer to be able to do my things on my own, get my tasks assigned to me, get the work done. Or I'm a people person. I'm an extrovert, and there are certain rules within tech that works better for extroverts. There are certain rules within tech that works better for introverts. And yes, of course, you could switch through if you are willing to have the tendency, but there are certain roles that makes it easy for you to transition, because you probably already have some of the skill sets. You probably already have the personality that work for it. And now you can now set goals of what you want to achieve. And why is it important for you to set goals? Because how do you measure if you have met your goal if you do not have a destination? So you need to set a goal. In 6 months, I want to be able to get a training and get jobs. Or in 3 months, I want to be able to finish the training. In the next 3 months, I want to be able to get an opportunity. And this is the minimum income I want to have. And that way now you're able to work strategically with this clear goal of, these are the jobs, these are the skill sets I have. This is what I can do. And in the next 6 months, I want to have an opportunity. In the next 3 months, I want to gather all the skill set that I need. And then step 2 is, you want to ensure that you focus on high growth roles that do not require coding. Because now you're coming into a field where some people have been there 10, 20 years, learn coding and programmers and all of that. And yes, I don't have a problem with coding. I wrote code. I still understand programming. I still can write code, even though I'm not a big fan of it. And I've outgrown a lot of those opportunities due to my career trajectory. There are a lot of opportunities that do not require you to write codes, like a project manager. What's a project manager? Project manager is like a party planner. The job is to make sure that everybody that is involved in delivering the different parts of the party actually does this. So think about a wedding party planner. The DJ has to be there on time. Is the party planner's job to make sure this is there on time. The MC is there on time. The hall is decorated. The caterers are there on time. The event start on time. The MC is following the event plan. But the party planner is not the caterer. It's not the one cooking the meal. It's not the MC. But he's responsible for making sure everybody comes cohesively to get their part done. Then we have digital marketers. Right now, a lot of people are looking for who will help them manage their social media. A lot of people are looking for who will help them also run ads, whether on Facebook, Google, and all of that. And they need, some of them want to do it themselves, but they do not have the time. Neither do they have the skill set, for example, have plumbers, electricians, movers, and all of that, of small business owners that sell stuff online. They want somebody to help them coordinate. and they might not necessarily have the time or the expertise, and they're willing to hire people to do it. Also, we have virtual assistant. A lot of companies need people to manage their operational day-to-day, coordinate things, make sure things are done on time, make sure schedules are done, clients' work are done on time, clients are updated, clients' payments are received, meetings are booked, things are organized and planned. They will also have data analysts. Their job is to look at information about the business and figure out how to make things better. And there are many other roles that are becoming available. And also, all these roles do not require you to code. So while we're going through, you can feel free to drop in the chat what you do right now, because at the end, I'm going to be giving you a self-assessment document as one of the bonus free bits that you're going to be getting to actually know the roles that you can easily match into based on what you're doing today. So in the chat, while I go through, feel free to drop the roles that you're doing online, because I'm going to be randomly picking some of them in the chat and actually talk through them and use them as examples as I go through and also at the end. So what roles do you presently do? And if you have a role that you're looking to do in future or think about in tech, feel free to drop them there. So what is the third strategy that we've seen that has worked? Build the right skills. So drop it in the chat because I'm going to be picking some of the skills here and talking about them. Build the right skills. Tech is practical. Tech is about making sure that people are able to get value for you. So what are the skills, for example? You say you're a nurse, which means that you know how to manage people, talk to people, calm them down in situations, gather information about them, and be able to document them properly, which means that you probably getting close to, for example, being a business analyst or your procurement manager, which means that you know how to do research, you know how to find out different options, vendors, different their price range, read through contracts, document them, which is similar to what a product manager does or even a business analyst does. Publicity secretary, you know how to talk, document, and be able to translate this information, similar to what a business analyst does. An accountant, which means you love numbers, which not a lot of people do, which is a big area now within the tech space. Data. Data is the lifeblood. Data is the lifeblood of a lot of industries, right? So as an accountant, you literally have a whole field now. And when people talk about AI is just data on steroids. That's the easier way to do it. AI is just, you have a bunch of information, you learn from the information, and then allow the computer to do new things based on what it knows previously. And that's one of the areas that I've seen a lot of accountants going into for those that want to go into the tech space. And I've seen other people talking, for example, skill set, for example, customer service rep, which means you know how to negotiate and discuss with people. Customer service is one of the most, not say difficult role, but one of the most stressful role because now you're talking to people to fix problems that is not theirs. A tech guy built something, broke it, and someone else is calling you and screaming at you. But you're able to calm them down, walk them through process, encourage them, all of that. And these are processes that within the tech space are key to growing or working with people or negotiating with stakeholders to build product, their product managers and all of that. And we have people say, okay, you want to transfer virtual assistant space, which is a role that is all encompassing because you could be doing operational work, you could be doing scheduling, you could even be doing sales, you could be doing calendar management or marketing or even managing tools that companies use. And that's becoming a big area nowadays. Companies are all about saving time. Companies are all about ensuring that they are able to save time because time is money. If I can reduce the amount of time I spend on operational tasks because I have virtual assistant, then I can spend more time on sales call. I can spend more time on looking for clients and growing the business. And even roles like graphic design now, it's not transitioned to what we call product design. You see those nice apps, you see someone needs to design the buttons, design how it looks like and make it. So ensuring that you identify the right skill set and practically acquired the skill to be able to deliver it is key today. The next strategy that I've seen work now is framing your past experience into your tech narrative. Key and keep dropping in some of your previous roles because now let's talk about some of them. For example, you're a civil engineer, which means that you're very good with numbers, you're very good with precision, you can detail out things, you can break things into steps. You are able to gather requirements, document them. And these are the same skill set that a product manager, a business analyst will use. So now how do you can now reframe what you said, which is not lying, and reframe it to sound in the tech language of someone doing exactly what you're doing, but within the tech space. For example, Sherry from Lagos in sales and marketing, interior decoration business. A lot of stuff, Sherry. Good to see you also. Look at that. You're doing sales, which is the lifeblood of every business. And now sales even goes beyond just physically selling. A lot of products now you sign up. How many of you got a call from Netflix for you to sign up? No. How many of you got a call from Spotify? What they did is they lured you into probably a free stuff or into a subscription free model to sign up at the beginning. And then you signed up and then you loved it and then you stay. The sales guys are bringing that knowledge into the product management space to help transition. How do we bring in the one-on-one sales process into the customer journey or the user journey of how a customer signs up to our products and we nudge them to stay in our products and use our product. So every skill set that you have has direct usage and actually measure expectations within the tech space. To talk about negotiation, let's say customer service. One of the biggest things you're going to do within the tech space, the tech is like soccer. I call it soccer because here we have in North America, we have two types of football, American football and all of that. But tech is like soccer, which is football, as we call it out of Africa, which means that it's a group sport. You cannot succeed alone. If the designer messes up and everybody's not working together, the product fails. If the developer implements the wrong thing, the product fails. If the product manager does not document properly, the product fails. So everybody works together to implement and work. So if you're able to negotiate and be able to carry people along, then you're ready. And then sales guys, or even people within the media space, the business analyst job is to gather requirements, talk to people, find out their problem. 99% of the time, we don't tell people the problem we have. We talk about the symptoms. That's why when you go to the doctor and you tell them you have a headache, they don't just start talking about it. They start trying to trace to the root cause. And that's what the business analyst does. What is the root cause of this problem? And they ask questions that leads to you unearthing the real problem. So 99% of the time, you have 50 to 60% of the skill set that you need to succeed in tech. You just need to translate this, what we call soft skills, communication, collaboration, negotiation, documentation, people person, presentation skills, and readjust them to be able to position them in the role that you're specifically looking for. And you can extract that from their job description and present yourself in that way. Key thing also, how many of you here have heard about ATS? Put it in the chat if you heard about ATS, automated tracking systems that are used now for jobs or used now for applications or application tracking systems, which means that you apply for a job. And nowadays, it is no longer an individual that is looking at it. It's actually technology that is looking at your resume. And if it does not match what we call keywords, so let's take, for example, a project manager's resume. There are a lot of systems now, including even platforms like LinkedIn, Glassdoor, Indeed, and a lot of job boards already have this setup that you could put certain keywords. And if it is not in the job description or it's not in the person's resume, the person would automatically be excluded. So you need to understand the role, understand how to craft your resume to include those important keywords within the role. So for example, project managers, you should be able to communicate, collaborate, you be able to work using different methodologies, whether it's waterfall, Scrum, Agile, and all of that. You also should be able to document. You should be able to track timelines. You also should be able to present and all of that. So if you don't have these key things there, you might be the best person, but the person that is able to itemize and provide this right information will now be the ones that will be provided. And then we have LinkedIn. A lot of times, especially immigrants and Africans, and it doesn't even people around the world now realizing the importance of LinkedIn. Yes, it's corny. Yes, not really a big biggest fan of it. But right now, if you do, nobody is going to sit down there and be scrolling through LinkedIn and finding your skill set. You need to shout about the value you can give. So whatever is in your resume should be on your LinkedIn. All the great accomplishments that you've accomplished in any company or skills that you've acquired, people need to know about it. So whatever you've rephrased within the text to the context of the tech role that you're interested in, you also want to make sure that your LinkedIn shouts it at the top of the room. Because a lot of people do not know of a product called LinkedIn Recruiter. I mean, if you have heard of a product called LinkedIn Recruiter. So I'll always tell people this. Any product that you access for free, you are the product that is being sold. So LinkedIn is the one we all use, but there's a product called LinkedIn Recruiter that recruiters of companies pay as much as $10,000 a year to be able to access it and post jobs there. So companies are paying a lot of money to recruit on LinkedIn. And if you have LinkedIn is now searchable like Google, which means that if you have all the information within your LinkedIn page, LinkedIn even recommends you to the right jobs. Now, to this recruiter saying, hey, this job you posted, these are 10, 20 people that their profile matches it. And a lot of people that have been able to build their LinkedIn properly, even get recruiters reaching out to them and DMing them for them to apply to roles or even calling them for interviews that they never applied for. And these are things you could use AI and proven templates to stand out to get called back. Everyone now knows ChatGPT or Gemini. Oh God, you can actually take your resume, take the job description, and ask ChatGPT, hey, this is the job description I'm interested in. Look at my resume. Can you help me identify are there action words I need to put to make my resume more refined to be able to match this job description and ensure that it's ATS friendly? I need to be able to rephrase it for you and give you guidelines on what to do. How many of you here has used ChatGPT for job search before? Or know that you can actually use it for job search? And how can you use it? First thing first is, if you're applying for a job, they would have a job description. How many of you have actually taken the job description and taken your resume and asked ChatGPT to actually match it and tell you the percentage in terms of ATS or even matching your resume and showing you opportunities where you could adjust your resume to do this? And there are even platforms like Job Scanner that you could put into your resume and to help you match it and tell you the percentage match. Or a platform called Teal HQ that are helping you be able to apply more efficiently. Because nowadays, you have to be strategic. There's so many technology, AI, and all of that around you that if you're not using it, the guy, like I said, that is using this technology will be the one to get the opportunity. And most of these tools have a free version that you can use today to be able to help in your job search. And also, one area that a lot of people, let's say you've gotten your resume now, you've done your template, your LinkedIn is good, you started applying, and they start calling you for interviews, or you start applying to jobs and they call you for interviews. Yes, you might find people that you can actually that have the experience or coaches, which something we provide to our alumni is to help you listen to you and give you feedback on interviews. And we also provide additional AI tools. And we'll share a few of them with people on this call now that will help you be able to use. And at the end of it, don't worry, we're also going to email them to you as part of the freebies you would unlock for registering for this course or registering for this webinar. And the key thing here is that you want to be able to practice. Practice makes you better, which means that if you're showing up to an interview and it's your first time, think about the first time you got your driver's license. Is it the first day that you were learning how to drive that you went to actually go to the instructor to ride, to actually do the road test to get your license? Or you practice, you got comfortable and you're sure that you're good before you actually embarked on trying to go now get your driver's license? And when you're applying for jobs, a lot of people take this for granted. Do you know how, yes, it's weird and corny to listen to yourself, but you realize how many filler words you use, okay, that you use a lot during conversations that you could actually identify by just doing an interview, using AI nowadays, or even just recording yourself on your phone and listening back to actually assess where you could be better. And there are a lot of tools that you can use nowadays. For example, interviewschool.com. You can actually go on there today and be able to prepare for interview and answer questions. And the AI will have conversation with you. We also have Google's interview warm-up tool that's actually available to everyone, but a lot of people don't use it, where you can actually practice with the AI, with an AI to actually talk through and prepare and give you feedback and prepare you for interviews. And this has been able to gather information for some of the Fortune 500 companies, from interviews from Facebook, Shopify, LinkedIn, Google, and some of the top fintech and AI companies in the world. And even ChatGPT and Gemini, you can record yourself in there and it actually talk to it to interview you and go through a process. Even Gemini has an audio version that you can talk to it and to actually go through. And these are a lot of AI tools that are available to practice with you, because yes, one of the problems is you don't know where to start. And today we want to give you some actionable insights that even if you're like, oh, I just want to go do this by myself, at least you leave here with a clear set of steps that will help you. And another thing that I've seen a lot of people do is, do you realize you can use AI to do your job better? How many of you have used AI or gone to ChatGPT to ask you questions that are helping your present role that isn't even tech? I mean, if you drop in the chat, if you've actually gone to ChatGPT to ask you questions before about your present work. If you aren't doing that, then there's something wrong. You're definitely doing something wrong. Because you can actually use it as your assistant to actually help you and guide you. And there are a lot of other tools that are now available. And we have documentation tools like Notion, which we train people on in our programs, that you could actually put information and ask questions. We also have tools like Zapier that you could use it to move information between two or multiple different tools. Because nowadays, you want to make your life easier. The first thing you should ask yourself when it comes to anything you're doing, how can I make my life easier? And what are the tools that are there? And you just need to Google them. You can actually ask ChatGPT, what are the tools that are available that can help me do this and that faster? And there are a lot of opportunities. Okay, so in the Q&A session, I'll go into a lot more into the questions. So keep your questions going. We'll read through them and jump in. And another bonus strategy that is important is grow with a supportive tech community. And that's something I'm passionate about. We actually have a WhatsApp community, and we're actually launching a tech conference this year to bring up to 5,000 tech people, not just myself, people that I've met in different areas, from influencers to digital marketers, leaders, CEOs, founders of AI startups and different fintech companies, to people that have founded multiple companies, to recruiters, to HR experts, to come talk to people to actually educate our community and educate anyone that's interested in understanding how tech can help their life, help them as a side hustle, help their business, and stay motivated, because it gets really lonely. We live in a screen world right now. And what do we mean by a screen world right now? Which means that working with the tech space, I've actually had a year that I did not leave my house the entire year, and I was working with people in Paris, in Scotland, in the UK, in different parts of Canada, US. And sometimes it could be lonely. So we want to ensure that you understand it's important that you find community of people that are going through it, because they can help you reduce the steps you're going. So if you're interested, the link was just dropped to register. We have a free pass, so you don't need to pay. It's just to educate and bring more people into the tech ecosystem, because it becomes more fun when you're seeing 4, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 1,000 people that look like you that are doing this, and they are growing within the tech space. So, but I have to be honest with you. While all the strategy I've talking about and we've spoken about today over the last few minutes are the key things that will take you from scratch to getting to your first remote tech job, there's still a lot more that you need to do personally for you to be successful, because I've given you a template, I've given you a direction. Well, because come to think of it, if there are thousands of people out there, some of them are winging it themselves, some of them are struggling, some of them have gathered the skills, some of them are even getting the skills and not sure, don't even know of all these AI tools to prepare for interviews, are not even realizing how ATS are messing them up from getting it even called for interviews, have not revamped their LinkedIn and just hitting their LinkedIn, while people that are less equipped are actually getting opportunities. And if you're not able to actualize all of this, then you still end up not getting a job. So you're probably asking, so how do I go from where I am, which is, since someone dropped something similar, a question similar in the chat, to the point where I'm now able to build a sustainable income, whether you want to do it as a full-time job or as a side gig, or use tech within your business to help you generate more revenue. For example, digital marketing place, social media, ads, all of that. Companies are generating millions. I've seen people that have learned how to run ads and have used that to be, and then the real estate space to be able to get clients for themselves, clients for their business, clients for people, and even provide that as service to other businesses. And rather than just working for one person, have multiple clients and started their own business. So this is why we launched our Tech Training Academy, because we want to ensure that there's an in-depth program that holds you by the hand. Not like, okay, go do this, but a step-by-step process that will show you everything you need to know about building a successful career in tech. Even if all you've done is use a smartphone and you've never done anything remotely connected to tech, you'll be able to find a place that you fit in. So this program is designed to help you start and also grow a career in tech, so that within the next 90 days or 90 days from you complete the program, you'll be very clear in terms of opportunity, in terms of the jobs you can find, in terms of what you could do or the skills that you need and where they're looking for it, and start being able to unlock opportunities, grow, and even build a career or a business or a freelancing or a side also. And we have a lot of people that are more alumni that have been able to use it. We have people that, they've gotten job offers given to them. They've gotten opportunities that they did not know was even possible. Gotten people that have been looking for jobs or figured it out themselves, spending 3, 6, 1 years that they're going to figure it. And using our more structured program, we're able to shorten that time and get a job in a couple of weeks after completion, depending on the opportunities, where the country they are based and the roles that they are looking for. So this isn't something that we're doing for the first time. Been in tech space 15 years. I worked in company managing and skilling up tech people and present to some of the top companies, place people in companies like Shopify, LinkedIn, Google, and all of that before I moved on to set up my own tech consulting. And because people already knew me and I've been teaching in university, this was born out of, let me take what is working in the real world, which is help people work in LinkedIn, Shopify, Facebook, Twitter, some of the top companies in the world, and take what is actually needed in the classroom and put a program that gives you just enough theoretical knowledge, but the practical experience to confirm and do the work and build a portfolio that you can now present for a job. So this program is about setting you up for success in tech career. Now, that way you'll be able to build a career that gives you the time and the freedom that do what most matters to you. And that could be freedom. That could be more time with family. That could be ability to travel. That could be the house of your dream. That could be the car of your dream. And that could be just more money. And there's nothing wrong with wanting more money. So we have a live program that's actually starting in June and July for people based abroad. This is 10-week intensive program. And for people that want to be product managers, business analysts, project manager, data analysts, data scientists, and even Scrum Masters. These programs are intense for people based in the UK, North America, Europe, Asia, and all of that. Why is this program intense? Because we want to take you 5 hours a week, 3 hours theoretical knowledge to break down the key concepts to you, and then 2 hours practically where you will work and build a product from scratch within these 10 weeks. So it's pretty hands-on. And get live career coaching and support and mentorship to go through the process of building a product and building a software and a product. As a Scrum Master, as a project manager, a business analyst, as a product manager. Also, we have another program for our data analysts for people who want to be data analysts or data science. So like we're coming from accounting, statistics, that love numbers, and they want to be able to help businesses make the right decisions. Where you also build an entire product, go from gathering information to documenting and presenting reports in tools like Power BI, Tableau, and even Python to companies to show them of insight, which is the first foundation to becoming an expert within the AI space. Right now, for everybody who has signed up and attended up to now, you would be getting 50% off for all our training starting in June, July that are live classes. This also will unlock a second optional project of working end-to-end with a group of people to build a second product within your portfolio. Alumni coaching for as long as you want, for joining our bi-weekly session, our community, and access to our instructor team. For as long as you want mock interview preparation, with resume templates, not just giving them to you, reviewing it and working with you, and actually searching for jobs and sharing them with people that join. You can either go to the link there that we have there or scan the QR code to be able to access. Don't worry if you don't do that now, we'll be sending all of this to you at the end of the program. We also have self-paced program. Not everybody has the budget, one, and not everybody is based abroad and is able to afford it. So we also want to give you a program that will give you a footing and you'll be able to get the knowledge, be able to get into tech. So this is more extensive. So there are roles, especially for people out of Africa that wants to be a virtual assistant. So I want to go into operational part of the business and help manage it. And I want to be able to understand the power of using the Google Workspace, Gmail, forms, calendars, all of that, or being able to manage tasks using tools like Trello, Asana, Jira, or even being able to document using Confluence, Notion, and even being able to manage operational expenses. So you go through that in a virtual assistant course or any other of the non-coding roles. And then we've also included roles like digital marketing. A lot of people want people to help them run ads. A lot of people want to learn how to edit videos, edit flyers, be able to create their own flyers for their business, edit their own videos, run their own ads, review the reports of their own ads. And we've provided different type of courses. And this also has 50% off. And this course, I specifically created them for people based out of Africa that are looking to transition into tech, but do not have a lot of budget, but they want to be able to earn remotely in dollars. So this is specific for them. And my team might check that you're based out of Africa, but we'll try to open it up to other people that are trying to dip their feet in to understand a little bit before going for the fully intensive course. If you're based abroad, we recommend the full intensive course because it helps you to be able to not just look for an opportunity, but coach you to up to the extent of negotiating an offer. This week, I actually got someone negotiated their offer to get an extra 5% increment in the original salary that was given to them. So we're involved hands to hands up to the end of starting. Even when you started the job for the live program, you're still part of our community and we support you, provide information that will guide you. Then we also have our short courses, which is, I just want to taste that session. I don't know what to do. This is self-paced courses that are short for 1 week, just guide you through the basic. And we have a course called our Tech Starter Series. I don't know what to do. I want to get into the tech space. What are the key things that I need to know? I've been hearing people using Excel for their business, but I don't know how to create reports, document them, clean report, clean data. It takes me hours and hours to do it, and I want to be able to do this for my business. Oh, I want to work in the VA space, but I'm not ready yet to go through it, but I just want to understand what it's about, starting and get the basic background to be able to potentially even start looking for opportunities. And as I get in, I would expand and go into the more detailed virtual assistant course. Oh, I just want to learn how to run basic ads on Facebook and Instagram. I am tired of just boosting my posts. I want to be able to run actual ads because you're losing a lot of money if you're still boosting posts rather than running ads. The easier way and the ad cost. Or social media manager, I just want to be able to edit videos, edit flyers, create my own videos, create my own voiceovers, and be able to get all this organized to run my business. This course is course that I created specific for people out of Africa that are looking to just say, hey, I want to understand what this is about and I do not know where to start from. So I'm not committing too far. Let me get something started in 1 week. And then I get clarity and I can jump into the more advanced detailed self-paced course that will be able to guide me to unlock a full career within the tech space. So, and now I talked about different things that you could possibly do and all of that, and the courses and the trainings are opening up to chat for everyone soonest. But whether you take it for training, you still leave here with a bunch of freebies. So self-assessment template that you can write down all your skill set today so that you can match it. Yes, even though you're not going to get a one-on-one with me to review your resume, you still, like the live training students will get, you also get a free resume template that is ATS friendly. Also, you get a LinkedIn referral. You do not want to randomly just message people. You want to connect with them first and then reach out to them to refer. There's a hidden job market, which we've unlocked for all our alumni, that 90% of the jobs that get filled do not get filled by being posted. Somebody knows somebody that recommended somebody. And how do you get into this network? And that's one of the reasons why we're building this community and hosting the TechForce Connect Conference. We also have a job tracker because sometimes it could be difficult. How many jobs have I applied for? Which ones have people called me for? And we want to create a clear process that you can apply for a job, track them, know the ones that have ignored you, the ones that have answered you, so that you are able to be able to keep track of your job opportunities when you start looking for a job. And then we have a bunch of free trainings and that are available. I want to become a product manager, but I don't know what it is. There's a short course that take you a couple of hours with a quiz to help prepare you. We also have free course on business analysis, project managers, scrum master, data analytics for people who don't know what it's about, but you want to take a free course. We also, so you don't need to go to Coursera or Udemy. We got you covered. I will be sending the links for all of this. And also, some of you have questions. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure if this is even for you, and you want to be able to get it. We have career coaches for free. Probably not me that you're going to reach, but you're going to meet my team that are very clear on the different parts, and they are able to provide clear information for you. And these are the 3 phone numbers. You can start messaging them right now if you want. I'm going to actually drop a link in the chat that you can just click on, and it will take you to a message with them. So you can just click on any of the 3 WhatsApp numbers and just go there and just say, I'm interested in, and you're able to arrange a time. And they will answer all your questions and provide, even if it's just free material, they will give you the informations and all of that, and they'll be able to guide you to get into tech. Because one of the biggest problems people face is that working alone, which is you need somebody around that you can talk to ensure that you're sure that you're going on the right path. And that's why we've put to, we have a bunch of career coaching team that will actually talk to you, understand it, match you to courses, provide information to you that you can use to build a career in any area of tech that you want. So, key thing today is take action. Whether it's just asking our career coaches question, whether it's signing up and taking our free courses, whether it's signing up to even the short 1 week course to introduce, or the live course that you will get me as your personal tutor for the live course available to you to support you through your entire journey. Whichever way you want to go to, but make sure that you find the skill set you could learn today within the tech space. Ensure that you build the confidence that you need. Because at the end of the day, the people that are working in tech are not as experienced as you. I've seen a lot of people that went through basic process, and they'll be able to get in, and they're thriving and they're growing because you need to land your first remote opportunity. And the funny thing about it is the minute you get the first one, you start realizing that it's not as easy as it is. It's not rocket science. So you can either end in the currency of your choice if you are already based abroad, or if you're out of Africa, you could increase your income and even own your time and work remotely. So don't wait for the perfect time. You can start today, and you can let us guide you all through the step and take you through every step of the way. Because right now, the only thing that's stopping you from actually getting a career for a dream, working remotely, or even getting 6-figure job is actually action. You actually starting, asking questions, messaging our career coaches, dropping your questions in the chat, reaching out to a team, signing up to one of our programs to actually start it. Because the person that made it or is bought a car was actually someone that wanted to get in tech, didn't know what to do. Actually, just saw me made a random post and then just reached out to me saying, hey, I'm trying to get into tech. I don't know what to do. And we had conversation from there. She signed up to our live program. And we've had students sign up to all our different programs, be able to get opportunities. And now she's able to build a career of her dream. So I am now going to open it up for questions. There are a bunch of questions that we already have in the Q&A session. You could drop your questions in the Q&A session so that it's easier for me to read them. I will try to go through the ones in the chat, but the chat is going pretty fast. So drop your questions in Q&A. And when I've gone through the questions, I would open it up for those who just want to talk with me or want me to answer their question. They want to ask their questions live. So if you want to ask your question live, you could just raise your hand. I will allow you to talk, but I will go through the questions first in the Q&A. So the first question I can see here is recording. Yes, we're going to provide the recording of the session to you. It's part of the things we're going to email to you, including all the freebies also. Yeah. So, see that why, I'm not sure your question, why tech companies, why are hiring for tech experience for people in tech, not giving opportunities to non-tech background people. So one of the key things you realize I talked about is how you're rephrasing your non-tech experience in the language that tech people want. So it's a matter of rephrasing. Communication in tech is the same communication you do as an operations manager or a production manager, but how you phrasing it is what helps you stand out or be different. So it's about how you're positioning your soft skills that you've done and finding how they are used in tech and rephrasing it to show them how you can bring what we call transferable skills. So also blessing. I'm currently a sales rep simply looking to go into tech as a side hustle. Good at communication sales, operating system. What field should I venture in? So I recommend you talk in detail. Our career coaches will drop it in the chat, but I will answer at high level because you have a lot of experience, Bless. You say you're good at communication and sales, which is a key thing. You're also good at operating system. There are a lot of companies now that are looking for people that will close sales for them. There are a lot of companies that are looking for people that will even qualify. So we have people that are booking calls and all of that for them. A lot of companies are looking people that will manage the technology in the operational part to say, okay, automate the process, automate the emails that go out, automate the reminders that go out, and all of that. So you could start out with a virtual assistant program. That's one area that I see that has a lot of operational processes that will be useful for you. Okay. Blessing, can one enroll in all the courses? Yes, it depends on your budget. If you have enough money, I wouldn't recommend enroll for all, but let's say you're based abroad, I recommend you enroll for one of life courses, right? But if you're based out of Africa, we still have a self-paced version that work for you, and you're not sure at all, you could talk to our career coaches, and they'll be able to make sure that you are putting your money in the best place and not just enrolling for a course that you might not really. So yes, you can enroll for multiple courses. We've had students that came and did a virtual assistant course, and they're like, oh yeah, now I've gathered the skill set. I also want to learn more about Agile and Scrum. So they went into Scrum. They did a Scrum Master course so that, and some of them say, oh, I even run my own business on the side and I want to be able to run ads. And they do. So we have people switch, but we always say start from the beginning where you have the most needed existing skill set so that you can start earning and then you can expand on that. Okay, how do you get remote jobs? There are a lot of jobs board out there that are now available for remote jobs. For example, we have Remote Africa. We also have Well Found, and many other jobs board that are out there that are available now that you can go and apply for jobs opportunities. We also have, I think, Remote Connect, and there are also new job boards that are popping up every day. One of the things that people don't do is that, do you really all know that Google has a job board? You can actually go on Google and type the job that you want, and actually, let's say you're looking for a project manager job, put it on Google and you see all the jobs because Google indexes. What does that mean? Google actually records every information that people post on the internet. So there are a lot of jobs that you wouldn't find on Indeed or LinkedIn or those remote jobs that companies posted on their website that you'll be able to find on Google. You just need to be able to filter by remote jobs or the country of your choice and all of that. And of course, there are other job boards if you want to go into what we call the gig economy or freelancer economy, like Upwork and Fiverr and all of that, which for those out of that want to go into that from within our virtual assistant program, we actually will train you how to reach out to people, how to refer, how to find opportunities, and how to build your portfolio. Okay, so blessing. After a change, you give our job on one, have to start applying and searching. So our process is to support you. I'll be very candid with any company that promises you a job is a scam. Nobody can promise you a job because even though I support you, provide information for you, I am not going to be in the interview with you, which means that you still need to go there and sell yourself, right? And the person who sells themselves the most. So an interview is a sales pitch. That's why salespeople are very good at interviews because they're able to sell themselves. So the person who sells themselves the most gets the opportunity, right? So for us, it's about preparing you. That's why we talked about the AI mock interview tools. Then we talked about preparing yourself. That's why we provide question and answers that you can answer and all of that to prepare you so that by the time you get into these interviews, you are more prepared than the average person that did not have a coach or a mentor, a structured program to prepare them for that opportunity. Yes, we also search for opportunities, but that focuses for our live courses, for our short courses. Here we'll share a few, but that does not include a full detailed job search process. But for our live courses, they get access to jobs being shared with them weekly. Okay, Shamiso, what are the overall challenges when it comes to transitioning into tech? and what could go wrong. So one of the biggest challenge people face is self-doubt, which is you kind of just feel you're not good enough. So even if you're doing the right thing, you're doubting yourself, and because you're doubting yourself, you might end up messing things up for yourself because you are second guessing yourself. Most times, that's why our program is about a structured process of explain the process to you, show you how to get you to do it and actually do work that you will need to do at the workforce so that you're making the mistake with us and not when someone else is paying you money to do it. Because what could go wrong is if you get the opportunity and you keep doubting yourself and you've not built that competence somewhere else to make the mistake somewhere else, companies have what they call probation period. You might not pass it. So you want to make sure, and minus that, what could go wrong? Because it could become draining. I've seen people that are frustrated, not because they could not do the job, but because they did not have a team or a community, which is something we're very passionate about, to help you check. Because sometimes all of you have friends that you want to do something and you ask them, what do they think, and all of that. So these are some of the things that can help you within the tech space. So for those who want to speak up or want me to actually allow them to speak up, you could use any of the emojis to raise your hands, and then I would answer, I would allow you to speak up, and then we can all have a conversation. Anybody? Everyone is shy? Okay, so I'm seeing a few questions. So how can I leverage AI as a business development manager so as to be more productive? I want to be a business analyst. Okay. So there are a lot of platforms right now that are helping you to be able to find details about people. So for example, I have Hunter.io and many other platforms that are available right now that you could actually go find the emails, the phone number, the details of potential decision makers that you can be able to reach out to be able to sell the product as a business development manager for. And then as a business analyst, you're already halfway there. You just need to focus on getting the skill set because a business analyst asks a lot of questions, such as BDMs. Business development manager is trying to find people that have a problem, identify the problem, and prove to them why they need to pay for that solution that you have so that they will be able to get that solved. And then so what does the business analyst do? The business analyst gathers the information and digs through to get the right problem, documents and go to developers or software developers and clarify those requirements to them so that they build the right software or tools or features for your product. So yes, so some of you said you wanted me to reshare the link to the WhatsApp. So someone on my team has been sharing it, but I'm also going to share it too. If you also want the WhatsApp community for those that wants to join, I've also shared it now. That's the WhatsApp community. You can go in there. And there, I try my best to, as much as possible, have conversations there, checking as much as possible weekly and answer questions and support people and all of that. Like I said, we have career coaches that you can talk to. You don't need to wait to reach me. And they are equipped with all the skills and the necessary information to support you. Okay. Yes. Someone also asked if there will be certification. Yes, all our trainings will also include certifications that are acceptable. And you might not have noticed the fact that I have a lot of certifications myself that are world standard that gives me the qualification. So I've taught in universities, colleges, and also in trainings and boot camps and all of that, and I have a bunch of certifications to support that. So yes, our certifications are standard. Or how and where can I start if I want to go into project management? I have a science background. So I recommend Yelima, Stephen, you talk to our career coach to get detailed because you have a bunch of your questions will be loaded. So you could talk to them in detail. But what I recommend is self-assessment. What are the skill set that you have right now? And then so that they can help you match it, and then you can easily be able to start one of our programs. If you're based out of Accra, I'll probably recommend start with the virtual assistant program, and then you can move through in that way. Oh, Tessie, you're a PC technician and a cybersecurity specialist. How can I get a remote tech job? So, If you're doing PCs, means you're doing physical. So you might want to move to cloud services, which we call basically servers now or supercomputers. And there are a lot of job opportunities out there. But if you want to be able to help in operational part or technical support, I recommend our Tech Starter series or VA Launchpad. And if you want to have an extensive knowledge, you probably want to go for like a virtual system program because that will give you all the skill set, the detail that you need to be able to transition into tech. So no one else wants. So I'm seeing a few more questions. Is there anybody that want to ask me the questions outside chat? Just raise your hand, like I said, using any of the emojis, and I'll allow you to speak. Does the training include certification? Yes, I've answered that. Yes, it does. I'm in the real estate administration assistant conflict resolution. I want to ask when one runs ad, how can one figure out serious client to do follow up on? Okay, so when it comes to the ad process, there's what we call a video sales lead and also a video ad, so video scripts. So let me break down a little bit or just speak plain English. You might have seen an ad that says, are you person that has A, B, C, D? If you have this problem, then this way. This is them speaking directly to the audience. So if you are not the person that this is for, it will automatically tune out. So for example, are you looking to buy a property in the island within this price range? Then this is for you. People that are interested in that will automatically pay attention to that. So that's about you speaking to your direct audience. Or if your budget for a property within the island does not fall within this, keep scrolling. Anybody that's not interested will scroll. So first, you could start first by filtering by what you communicate within your ads, which are things we'll talk about in how to build ads. And then you can also have qualifying processes. So within Meta and all of that, you can ask them questions to qualify them. We have process, we have students or even clients that work with, because like I said, I'm a consultant, so I do all of this for business clients, and I also train people that want to also grow within the tech space. We have clients that they wake up to 5, 10 clients waiting for them every day. That has been qualified. What's your name? What's your phone number for me to be able to reach you? What is your budget? What area are you looking for? And you can even qualify that by the time you're waking up in the morning or every day you're getting qualified clients that you could reach out and you can see based on their answers to qualify them and then you can follow up on them. So Meta has included those automations in their process, and that's something we also train within our digital marketing program also. Okay. Any other question? Hope that answers your question. Tagos 14. As a teacher, I want to learn graphic design or product design. How can I achieve it? So graphic design is about creativity and eye for details. Are you somebody that is colorblind like myself? You probably don't want to, but if you are very good in graphic design, because when people look at graphic design is basically a foundation that takes you into product design, which is for a software you want to be able to see. You want it to look good so people will be able to differentiate a button from a text box and all of that. And yeah, unfortunately for now, we do not do design. However, that gives me some thought. We actually, within our live courses, include that for those who do our live courses for product B, all of that, where they have a whole session with a product designer that walks them through the process and provide guidance, including materials and all of that on Figma. But maybe in the next little bit, we might go into product design. But for now, we don't. But if you want to go into product design, you have to have eye for details, colors, be able to draw, sketch, and be able to understand customer experience, which means that how do you take a customer through a journey of clicking through things or signing up to your product and it's clear, it's intuitive and all of that. So it's about ensuring that you understand the process that is needed to do that. However, if you're looking to move, especially as a teacher, you're already good with dealing with people, stress, conversations. We have programs like our virtual assistant program that will also be able to give you a leg in. And actually, within our virtual assistant program, will give you, it includes graphic design, how to use Canva, how to edit, and all of that. And that would give you a leg in into graphic design, and then you can now expand now that you're already in the tech space after getting the job doing that and go into product design. Yes, for our VA course. So for our short courses, For the 1 week short courses, all of them start in June. There's one starting in mid of June, and every week, and all the dates will be released. I think the 15th, the 21st, and then for our VA course, I think someone might probably drop it in the chat. That is also starting in June. I think it's starting the last week of June. And just so everyone is aware, these discounts that we're providing, percentage 50%, will go up within the next 72 hours. So I've provided this. I've begged my team to hold this for this week, for the next 3 days. And if whoever signs up, and I don't know if I mentioned, the registration is free. So you can register, it's free. And then when you've registered, you can now talk to our career coaches, and if needed, they can talk through if you need payment arrangements and all of that for our different programs that are coming up. So our VA course started, I think, June 21st. Yes, June 21st. For the short courses, those will run 1 week in June, back to back. Okay. What are the other is this training for the price tag for it? So yes, for those who didn't look at it, I will go back a little bit. For free trainings, these are the free ones that we have that you're not going to pay a dime for. But for the paid courses, we have our live courses. This is strictly for people abroad, the UK, Europe, because this is a more detailed program that I am your instructor. It's live, and you have access to me for up to 6 months, materials, videos, setup, all the tools that you'll be trained on will be provided for you. It's $4,000, but it's subsidized right now to $2,000, and we just have a few slots remaining before this closes down. Then for our self-paced courses, this is an intense 1 month program where we'll train you on all the tools, interactive tasks that we guide you on how to use it and how to do it at work first, and will be reviewed, updated, answered, and be supported in gathering any of the skill sets. So virtual assistant and all of that, and all these programs are available right now. This course is starting in June. Then for our short courses, this is just 1 week short course that will give you an hour and materials every week to get you into getting comfortable, to know if this is what you want to do. We have very few slots, as we don't take a lot of people in this. We just do this to support people that are trying to get into the tech space but are not sure where to start from, or they've heard about the tech space. They're not sure, okay, if it's for them, and they want to get into it. I think that answers the question. So if you are not sure, it's 50. And for those out of Nigeria, instead of $50, it will be 50 naira, which is way lower for you. So if you're interested in that, I just send the link. I will be sending all the links latest by tomorrow to everyone. How can we get access to the free training class? You'll also be getting it for signing up. By tomorrow, let's say you get an email, so today's session is recorded, you get a link to it. Then also for all the free materials, you get an email sent to you with it. So please check your email. If you've received any email in your chat, just type F&F Consultancy in your email, and then make sure that you remove it if it's going to spam, so that you receive it, because we're sending them by email. So please, if you've gotten any email from us, check your email right now, reply to us, say email received, so that your Gmail or Yahoo or whatever email you use, we recognize our email and make sure that when we send these freebies, free trainings, free templates, all of that to you, it doesn't go to spam. So please reply to our emails right now, saying that you've seen it, show us, to make sure that, and also add it to your favorites. And for those that, for example, do our VA program, we'll teach you how to use your Gmail to do forms, favorite, grouping, structured, calendars, and all of that. Any other questions? So we're supposed to finish by 26 minutes ago, but I decided to extend it because I want to make sure that every question is answered. If you have not asked your question, you have 1 more minute to go before we wrap up today. Any other questions, or is there anybody that want to ask anything? And also, if you've enjoyed this training and you want to share some feedback, feel free to drop it in the webinar chat or in the Q&A, whichever you prefer. If there's anything you've learned from this, please feel free to drop it there. Yes, Chikamso. Hi, Chikamso.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Evening.
Thank you very much for the session. So I asked a question on the chat, but I think you did not see it.
Oh, sorry about that.
Um, so I asked what's the difference between a Scrum manager and a project manager?
Please.
Because why I'm asking is because um, I studied international studies and diplomacy, and then project management is a skill that is needed in this field. Yes,
Yeah.
but I want to learn project management in the IT part and
IT.
also in the international relations part, so that at least I'm well equipped with project management, so that I know that okay, I can do either of this. I can still do this with my field as well, hitting two buckets. I don't know if you get me. So that's what I mean. So
You want
if
to
you can
understand the
please,
difference? Okay. So the best,
yes.
we call it a Scrum Master. I don't know why they didn't call it Scrum Manager. That would have been a nice add to it, but it's called a Scrum Master, and then we have Project Manager. So both of them basically, so think about it as we're going to the same destination, but we're using different routes. So a Scrum Master uses Scrum. Scrum is a framework within the Agile method. So Agile is a method of how we do projects or how we build products. And within Agile, there we have different ways you can apply it. And the most popular way is called Scrum. But within Agile, we have Kanban, we have Extreme Program, we have so many DSDM, we have SAFe now, which is becoming popular, Scaled Agile Framework, and all of that. So Scrum is the most popular one. So a Scrum Master coaches and supports the team to use Scrum as a framework effectively. Why a project manager is to coordinate the team using waterfall, which is another method, to get the work done on time, within budget, using the skill sets that are available and meeting the customer's expectation. But the Scrum Master does not have those extra responsibility of time, budget, all of that. Rather, that responsibility moves to the product owner in Scrum. So a Scrum Master is more of a coach that helps them use Scrum properly, while a project manager is more of a coordinator that ensures that we're doing all the work on time as we planned it. And right now, there's it's no longer separated anymore because companies will tell you they want a project manager, but they want you to know Scrum. And some companies will tell you they want a Scrum Master, but they want you to know Waterfall. And that's one thing we're passionate about, which is making sure that we cover the different areas so that you gather all the required skill set, irrespective of where you find yourself. Because companies have not really made up their mind. Most of the time, they mix it up. But project management is relevant everywhere. Construction, roads, everything we do. You need somebody to do you know how difficult it is to get kids to coordinate themselves? Think about getting 5, 10 adults to work together. Do you know how hard it is? Have you managed humans before? So companies are spending millions of dollars on projects, and adults are just misbehaving and quarreling and costing them money. So they need somebody to get everybody in line and push everybody to get the work done. Think of a party planner. Have you gone to a wedding before? I saw the wedding planner and how they are running from one end to the other end. Caterer, we need food. DJ, we need the security. Please don't allow people without ever. That's what a project manager is. Hope that was helpful, Chikams.
All right, sir. Thank you, sir. So please, this free training on that project management, are we still going to learn about Scrum?
For the free,
Are we still going to are we still going to learn about Scrum
so if you look
in the
at the list
project
of free trainings on my screen, they are all different trainings. We have a Scrum Master free training, we have a project manager because it's two different roles.
Okay,
So you can take
okay,
all our free trainings as much as you want. You don't need
okay,
to
sir.
choose one. Yeah.